Okay, so I want to use tonight to talk about my writing process. I get asked this a lot. I have two methods of writing. There's a former method and my current method. My former method is what I call from brain or head straight to computer and straight to typing. Free flowing, I call it. So whatever I'm thinking, whatever the ideas are, I'm typing it right away and forming the book as I go, free flowing. Um, the second method that I've used more recently and I enjoy more because it fits my structured personality is the structured form of writing. So it goes from here to a middle ground, a notebook. So what you have here is I write everything in the notebook first. If I have an idea, in her mind was the first title for The Justice. Every single chapter of The Justice is written in a notebook. So I start from a notebook first, every single one. And then I revise as I go along. I just saw something. See, it says here revised flow. But I'm doing everything in the notebook. I'm writing the whole story in the notebook. It helps me go back and forth. It helps me make changes. It helps me to be more structured. And it helps me to be able to figure out um, when something happened and what's happening, but it helps me shape the whole book when I do this. And the other thing that I also use is so it goes from brain to notebook to typing. And the other thing that helps me to be structured is I have a small group of people that I send chapters to. So every single Sunday, almost like it's a TV show, they're waiting for an episode. And an episode means they're waiting for a chapter. So it forces me to write. It forces me to be consistent because I treat my writing also like with a level of discipline. And I think for some people that may give you palpitations because it feels rigid. But discipline, structure, rigidity works very well for me and my personality. I am not impulsive. I am not just go with the flow type of person. I like things to be planned and structured and well thought out and consistent. That is just my nature and my personality. And even though I'm a creative, I feel like you can have that duality. You can have that duality of being creative and also being structured. You can have that duality of having ideas and be thinking it and also putting structure and form to it. You'll see behind me, I also do a timeline. So I have a timeline of my book commitment on that wall. And those who are eagle eye can probably read a few things from that timeline. But what that timeline does is it helps me to be consistent. So if I say someone was born on a particular day or went to school, so for instance, on the timeline, it says 17 years old was when she went to MIT, 14 years old, there was something that happened in the family, 7 years old, 21 years. I map it out in a linear fashion. Even though the book may not be in a linear fashion, at least I have the flow all written there. So at any point in time, I can refer to this and know when incidents happen, and it'll help me be consistent in the book as well. So it's very important for consistency when I do this. The other thing I do is I use Excel. Yes, I use Excel. So I list all the characters in Excel. So the character name, their relationship to the main characters, their characteristics, their personality, and main incidents. I do all of that, and it's all in this Excel. So I use Notebook. I use uh, flip charts on a wall, and I use Excel. I may be a creative, but I'm also very, very type A and structured, and it gives me such comfort and peace when everything's like planned. So that's how I approach my writing as well. I plan it. I plan everything to the minute detail. So I hope this has been helpful for someone. You may not do it like me, but I think the main thing is you do it your way, whatever you feel to be successful. And me being type A, I'm going to summarize. So the summary is that I go from my head to notebook before I start to type. I use flip charts to map out timelines to be consistent. I use Excel to list all the characters, and I share the chapters to force me to keep going. Thank you.